Okay.
Welcome to the Pods Are Against Us, taking on every podcast topic, one episode at a time. Become one of the pod people and follow and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, and Podcast Addict. On to the show.
Yeah, welcome to the Pods Are Against Us. NFL confidence picks. This time we're going to the divisional round. We're getting closer, guys, to the big game, as they like to call it, when you don't have rights to things. Joining us, as always, QB1, the nowhere man, the sweetest of the sweetie is the sweet Lou.
Yo, what's up? Another week in football, huh?
It is. We're getting
What a
there.
weekend.
What a weekend it was. Perfect weekend almost for me until the last one.
Dude.
I was
Yeah, you
perfect
broke
all the
my
way.
2-week winning streak there.
I was almost perfect all the way to the end. And then I realized I bet on the two choke artists, and I was like, "Oh, that was messed up."
When you saw him running out, you said that
I
was really
swear, I
funny.
swear, I turned the TV on to put the game on, and I saw Aaron Rodgers trotting out the tunnel. And I was like, "Oh, I fucked up. What did I? What was I thinking? What was I thinking? This dude always chokes, and so does
Yeah.
Tomlin. Their powers combined,
That's funny.
super choke. Yeah, I
Oh
fell for
man.
that. And anyway, yeah. So you want to take a look at last week a little bit?
Yeah. So last week was NFL Week 19. We're finally in the playoffs, round one, right? The
Super
wild
wild
card, as
card
they called
weekend,
it.
as it is known.
Yeah. I went 4-2, and with the record of 177 and 100, 64% accuracy still there. It was good enough for 50 points. But like I just mentioned, and you did there, you beat me 56-50.
Yeah.
Total of 1,565 for me. I think you're at 1,444.
Probably. I didn't write it down to be honest.
Yeah, no worries. Um, and but what a weekend, man. Where do we start? I mean, that Bears
Wow.
game against the Packers.
I mean, all of the games are great, man. I figure we start at the beginning with Saturday. You have the Rams and the Panthers. The beginning of Saturday anyway. That was great.
Hmm.
Pretty tight all the way down, but the Rams win it as I figured they would. But the Panthers
Yeah.
hung in there, dude. Panthers hung in there. They were tight.
They
Good
did their
stuff.
home team thing that they've been doing all season,
Yeah,
giving them a hard time.
definitely.
Yeah. I was shocked they even made it, man. I still remember doing that one show we did, Can They Win Nine? And oh boy,
Yeah,
did
right. Yeah. Think about that. I never
they
got to the bottom of that list. I got to go through all that. I didn't even do all that. I got to go through those can they win nine stuff and see what our scores were at the end of that. I forgot about that.
for sure.
I got to get to the answers to all those. But yeah, so that happened, and then like you said, the Packers and the Bears. What a game! So we had went to a friend's house and watched the Rams and the Panthers. That was great. And then
Mm-hmm.
we came home, and I was just dog tired, dude. I was dying, and it was
Mm-hmm.
like 20 something to 6, and I'm like, I'm going to bed. This is over. I'm tired. I'm not gonna make it. This game is over anyway. I see Caleb Williams pouting on the bench, and everybody looks like they've given up. It's 20 to 6. I'm like, I'm going to sleep. Forget it. And I
Yeah.
woke up. I woke up and I grabbed my phone. Like the top of my phone is all little message alerts. I'm like, oh shit, they came back. I didn't even read them. I already knew.
Seventh time this season. Last minute win there, man. Wow.
Wow.
Leaving
The
all the Packer fans furious.
the funnest
Oh,
team of the year. The funnest team of the year. They constantly do it. What a team,
yeah.
dude.
Well, you know
Wow.
me. I just talked about the Panthers. Let's talk about the Bears, Jose and Ben Johnson Giff. But
Woo.
yeah, I'm not betting against the Bears. Are you?
We'll get to that
Oh,
later, shall we?
oh man.
Get to that a little later on. But
What a game, dude. Yeah, they made a huge comeback. I honestly thought they were done, especially when Golden, the first round pick for the Pack, scored his first touchdown of the year. And I was like, oh, wow, man, this got to be over. Even guys that don't score for them are scoring.
yeah.
So, but nope, never say die, man. These guys are it ain't over till it's over. The pure Rocky motto. So still minutes on the clock. It ain't over. Ben Johnson drives that team. And I like I think my cousin was one who was telling me, it's definitely Ben because the coach they had last year, when they would give up, they would just give
Yeah.
up.
No, yeah.
But
These
these
are all
guys,
games they would have lost last year. They'd have been 4 and whatever if it would have been last year easily.
yeah.
And you
But
and you and you
Ben,
got to watch
yeah,
that because them and I think it's the Broncos or somebody else. They also got like a high number of like one score games they've won this year. And that reminds you of the Chiefs last year that were like 11-0 in one score games. And look what they did in one score games this year. They only won like one. So that's going to be a nasty turnaround come next year too. So you got to watch out for that. But for now and for this year, yeah, easily most exciting team ever to watch. They're so much fun,
yeah.
unbelievable.
The
So,
next game was the
Bi-
Niners and the Eagles.
yeah, Bills and Jags was next.
Okay,
They were earlier.
right.
Again, tight game. Again, tight game. I said the Bills had to win. They did. But all credit to the Jags for showing up because they did.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, London Jags.
The London Jags showed up and did their thing. Very good
But
on
Josh
them.
Allen was on a mission,
He has to
showing
be.
early troop daddy power, as they call it, the new dad strength.
Got to
Kid's
do it.
still cooking, but he's gonna cook now
He knows he's in big trouble if he don't. I think trouble ahead if he don't.
for sure. Baby girl's physical therapist came over yesterday with a big old smile on her face, wearing her Bill sweater. I
Yeah,
was gonna ask if you were wearing it. I was like, after that game this weekend, oh my God, you know. I guess
very
her
good.
dad was in he lives in Jacksonville, so he was at the game.
Oh wow,
Uh, yeah, he's a big. They're all her whole family's big Bills fans. She was born in Buffalo.
nice.
Um, Crazy though. Do you have any more to say on it? You watched it, right? The whole thing?
Yeah, I watched almost all of this stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was pretty tight, man. It was a great game. I don't really remember remember much of it now, but I remember it was close. And
For
then
sure.
so Niners Eagles.
Yep.
Wow, Niners pull it off. I did not like this Eagles team, like I said, going in, and the Niners, even though again they've been hurt like that all year, and it has not mattered. Just constant injuries piling up. Kittle goes out in the middle of the thing. You're like, oh man, and they were doing so good too. You're like, oh, that sucks, and then they won anyway. Wow. So
Yeah, man. I before I even get into it, I want to say thank you to the Eagles for being the defending champs last year and just beating the utter living hell out of the Chiefs last year and
that's
bringing
true.
football. They paved the way to make football great again, and I love it.
Yeah, they
Um,
kind of became that team also, though. Like once the Chiefs were out, everybody's like, okay, now let's get rid of the Eagles. Because they've been quite
yeah,
around for a while too. They've been in and out of it also.
yeah, that's true.
Getting a little
That's true.
fatigued of the
When the
Eagles as
Kelsey
well.
brothers faced each other, right? The Kelsey Bowl.
That's right.
Yeah. What a game, though. Like you said, the Niners pulled it out. Mr. Irrelevant with another win. George Kittle hopefully is, going to wrap it up and be ready to go for this weekend. But
Oh no, no, no. He's got an ACL. He's not even coming back at the beginning
I
of next year.
thought it was still his ankle.
Oh no,
Damn.
no, no. He's done. Bad.
Uh,
Long way to go. Yeah, he's not even coming back beginning of next year. He's screwed.
man, I thought it was high ankle sprain.
Oh no, no, no. Tore ACL. He's done. Done, done.
Guess we're drafting a tight end in the draft.
Probably not. He'll be back sooner or later, but it's going to be a tough year.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll sign one off the free agency. Jimmy Graham still available,
I mean, you could always draft one. Why not? Right?
right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure Jimmy Graham's kicking around somewhere. He didn't go into
Gee,
broadcasting yet.
XFL with Johnny Football.
Yeah.
All right, so that brings us to what? Patriots and the
The
Chargers.
Patriots and the Chargers. This was the only game that kind of wasn't close.
Picks all game, dude.
uh,
Wow.
This one was not close. The Chargers went down awful. Never trust the Chargers, as I told y'all. Justin Herbert got his ass whooped out there. Like they were just killing that poor dude. He was running for his life, getting smashed.
Yeah,
Their
and
offensive line is non-existent, 32nd in the NFL, and it showed.
it was a defensive game for the most part. They were just hitting field goals after field goals, and
Yeah,
but
yeah,
eventually, like you said, the floodgates open, and Drake May did his thing.
yes, yeah.
Yep.
And
Um, I expect him to do his thing again this weekend, but more on that later.
we'll get to that
Uh,
soon enough.
that'll bring us to the Houston Texans versus the Pittsburgh Steelers game this Monday night, as you were briefly
That's right.
mentioning there.
Yeah, the only thing I got
And
wrong. Yeah,
I was all for after the last couple weeks watching the Houston Texans got onto a streak right before the playoffs started just in time. And I
yeah,
got to watch them play like 2 weeks ago against the Chargers that we just mentioned there at in LA too. And I was like, wow, they went up 14-0 before the Chargers even scored once. And not saying the Steelers are the Chargers, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not counting these guys out. If they can do that away, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. And they have the best defense in the league, is what I keep hearing. Is that true?
I feel like there's a bit of hyperbole to that. Certainly towards the end, I would say they were the best defense going.
I
At
mean, they
least from what
definitely
I've
played
heard.
like the best defense, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
good defense, but the offense is rotten, and you saw why I didn't pick them at the same time. Like they were awful. Like they played
Yeah,
like absolute garbage all
five
the way
fumbles
through.
by
If
Strode.
if you look at this, if you look at the score, it's what 30-6. Like you think, oh wow, they kicked their ass. And like that's not absolutely the case at all. Like all that came in at the end of the fourth quarter when everything just fell apart. Like up till then, it was like 10-6 at best. And I'm like, I was watching, I'm like, whoever scores a touchdown, this is over.
It was 7-6, yeah, for most of it. You're
And
right, with those five fumbles, and then the defense
yeah,
blew up and scored twice on
yeah. And I'm like,
interceptions.
whoever finally gets a touchdown, this is going to be over. And the Texans got it first. I'm like, okay, it's over. And then from there, everybody kind of gave up and the score went a little weird. But yeah, I I didn't like the Texans going into this. They absolutely showed me why I didn't like them. But it's just that the Steelers were that much worse. And like I said, I just momentarily forgot how much of a choke artist Aaron Rodgers is in the playoffs, and Tomlin as well. They're regular season champions. It's what they've always done. They look really
Tomlin's
great.
finally out in Pittsburgh, I
And
hear.
yeah, and now we know Tomlin has stepped down from being the coach, aka, hey, leave or we'll fire you. We'll let you walk out looking good. Uh
19 seasons, I believe, man.
yep,
Wow.
19 years and three
And everybody
coaches,
knows.
three
Yeah.
coaches for the Steelers since 1970. Crazy.
Wow.
Between Noel, Cower, and Tomlin.
Yeah.
Since 1970, they've only had three coaches. What a job.
What an organization. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Um, the the other thing that they're looking into is CJ Strode being investigated for those five fumbles.
I don't.
I'm
I,
guessing they possibly think that he
I,
betted on himself,
I
I
don't
guess.
think that's real. I think that's just people talking shit on the internet, and somebody wrote an article that's goofy. I don't. And
Yeah.
it doesn't look like there's any real investigation
I
into that.
was gonna say, I don't know if that's gonna be a thing, but wow.
Nah, that's just somebody talking shit because they probably, if I had to guess, lost their parlay on it.
Yeah.
That's your fault, buddy. No one else's. It's just face the fact. Stroud kind of sucks. That's what it is. No one wants to admit it though. I don't know. Stroud's good. It's just he turns into that every so often. He reminds me a lot of Deshaun Watson, but when
Mhm.
before Deshaun Watson became what he is now, when like the early Texas days of Deshaun Watson, where you'd see him one week and it's like, wow, this guy is amazing, and you see him the next week and you're like, what the hell was that? It's just
Yeah.
that's just how he was, and Stroud reminds me of that. Sometimes you see him and he's like, wow, this dude has so much potential. He looks absolutely amazing. And then you watch another game and he fumbles five times. You're like, this dude sucks. And you never know which one you're going to get.
Yeah.
that's
Definitely. No,
that's
I
what he
hear you now
reminds
that you
me
mention
of.
that.
That's what he reminds me of.
Yeah,
Deshaun Watson pre rub downs. But anyway,
for sure.
Let's get
Alrighty,
on
well,
to the divisional rounds.
NFL Week 20 divisional round playoffs.
Yeah, we getting to the bottom of the final four here.
So we start off with that 16 because there is a 16 this week.
16 points. What do you got on
Yep.
16 points?
I am taking Denver and Mile High City against those Josh Allen Buffalo Bills. Enough said there.
Mm.
Josh got past the Jags. I don't know if he has enough to get past the Denver Broncos and Knicks. We'll see, though. Kenny, your thoughts, sir?
I'll get to it when I make that pick. 16 for me. I am going to go to the Hawks and your Niners off top, and I am going to take the Hawks. It's the obvious 16 to take, I think. I could get burnt like everyone else because I don't think anyone, well, I'll speak for myself. I'm going to take the Seahawks, obviously. The Niners are just too injured. Yeah, they put band-aids on it, but this is go time. It's playoff time. None of that bullshit. The Hawks could come out cold. I could see that happening, but I just feel like the Niners are done. The Hawks are -7.5 at home, by the way. So it would be a huge upset if, the Niners were to pull it off. No one's expecting that. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but it certainly ain't looking like it. So I'll pretty safely take the Hawks with 16.
I hear you. That's not a bad one at all. I got more to say on that one in a little bit. But that was 16. I'm taking the Denver Broncos, and Kenny's taking the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. The 11th man is on. That'll bring us to not 15, not 14, not 13, but 12.
All the way to 12
Uh,
this time.
yeah. So for 12 points, I will take Drake May and the New England Pats at home against CJ Stroud and the Texans.
Yeah.
Now, Kenny mentioned this was going to be a tough matchup, and I definitely agree. Texans are on fire, man. And, if their offense isn't on, their defense is on, they're just, flowing at the right time. And I really don't see Drake May and the Pats losing this. But if they do, I don't know if I'd be that surprised because
No.
Houston's just been. And then you got the whole rookie thing, right? He's a
Yep.
rookie, even though he's the MVP. He's
Yep.
got a lot to prove. Rookies in the playoffs, right?
Yep.
But I'll still take a 12 on him, man. I guess what I'm saying is I know what I'm getting myself into. You're
That's
number 12, Ken.
a tough pick. My number 12. I am going to go pretty early to the one everybody's excited for here in our house, at least. So we're going to go for the Rams and the Bears, not our house, but the show house, the Rams and the Bears. I think the Bears run ends here. It's been exciting, been a lot of fun, but I think the Rams take it down. You can't keep that going forever. Rams are favored -4. The Bears are home dogs. I would love to see them go. I'd love to see them win this. But I think they'll get outclassed here. McVay versus Ben Johnson coaching battle is going to be fantastic to watch, though. But I'm going to take the Rams with a 12 pretty easily.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So at number 12, I'm taking the New England Pats. A little bit, I got more to say on that one.
Oh, yeah.
The New England Pats here at 12, and Kenny's taking the LA Rams at 12.
Yep.
That's going to segue for me as I will be facing Ken. I will take the Bears.
Oh, I know.
Jose, because we're not going against Benny and the boys.
Nah, it's been fun while it lasted.
Oh, no, brother. All the momentum's in Chicago. They're at home. This is it. And even if they go down, bro, it ain't over till it's over. You wait until the last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter and tell me they're done. But
no doubt.
The Rams are good. They've shown that they're good, that they can beat the, good teams and stuff. But I've seen them lose to the Panthers, and yeah, I think the Bears are a little better than the Panthers, and they're at home. So
that's not
it's only an 8. Yeah, it's not a 16 or a 12. It's only an 8 because we're skipping 11 and 10 this week, and 9. But yeah, I'll take an 8 on the Bears and Benny and the boys. Yeah. Learn my lesson, not betting against them this year.
Gotta know when. That's all.
You're number 8, Ken.
My number 8. So here's going to be my upset. I think probably the only upset I'm really taking. Yeah. Not really much of an upset though when you think about it, because I'm taking the Bills over the Broncos. The Broncos are favored -1.5. I don't see it. Uh, yeah. We'll see what old Papa Josh Allen has. He can't go home yet, man. You got to keep it rolling. Like I said, anything less than a Super Bowl is unacceptable. I could see the Broncos coming in, a little off. Bo Nix, come on, Bo Nix, really? Bo Nix versus Josh Allen. Get out of here. Playoff time, baby. Let's go. We ain't scared of Saints Coach Payton's bounties. It'll be all right. But I think the Bills. I think the Bills pull it off, man. I really do.
Devon, get the tables for 8. Kenny's taking
Tell
the
the
Bill
tell your
Mafia.
therapist it's gonna be all right. We're good. Get the tables. Therapist, get the tables. And the Bills shall continue into the Final Four, into the AFC Championship.
All right. So at 8, I got Dub Bears, Benny and the boys, and Kenny's taking the Buffalo Bills Mafia. Get the tables therapist. So that rounds us out. We're not going down to 765.
No,
We're going down. We're not even going down to 1, 2, or 3,
no.
but we're gonna go down to 4.
Four.
Yep. 4 is the lowest one this week, and my number 4. I'm sorry, Ken. I can't go against these guys, man. I went against them last week. I mean, more to say on that in our playoff pool that I got Kenny in for my with my other guys. We're doing things a little different, but I should have gone a little higher. Then something told me, they're all beat up. I went smart, but at the same time, I'm not going to go against them, so what the heck? I took a 4 on the San Fran 49ers
Yeah.
as they go into Seattle and face that tough 11th man, George Kittle-less. Hopefully, our backup tight end is decent. We've made it this far on crutches and band-aids. Hopefully, we still got enough to make it through.
Nope. It's got to end.
Turn it on, Mr. Irrelevant.
Not
And
gonna happen now.
CMC.
It only goes so far, brother. It only
You're
gets you
number
so
4, Ken.
far. I had a pretty good feeling going into this. We were going to disagree on almost every game, and I was right. So here's the only game we did agree on. I will take the Patriots over the Texans as well. Like I said, the Texans didn't look good winning.
At
Wasn't a blowout
4?
like the score would have indicated. Yeah, this was the hardest one to pick for me. The other ones are pretty easy. I wrote those down in a heartbeat. I had my other 3 picks in seconds. This was the only one I was
Mhm.
like, I just don't like the rookie quarterback Patriots thing, but I also really don't like the Texans. I don't like what I see. Everybody can say what they want. Oh, the greatest defense ever, whatever. But I don't like what I see in them. I just don't.
Yeah,
If they do make it past this, they ain't going much further. I'll tell you that much. If they do make it to the Super Bowl, they're gonna get blown the fuck out. I'll tell you that now. If they make it to the Super Bowl, they are gonna get destroyed in seconds. It won't be fun. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Patriots as well. Patriots are favored by 3 at home, so they're -3. Yeah, I, I'm putting this at 4 because as much as I'm dissing on the Texans, like they could win this pretty easily. I could see a rookie quarterback and the Patriots falling flat on their face right here. And it's definitely possible. And that's it. And that defense, you got to respect it, man. That defense is tight. Up going up against a rookie quarterback, they could easily smash through this, man. So I don't trust this any higher than the lowest position. But I do like the Patriots just a little more, not by much. It's scary. It's a tough game. This could be a good one.
for sure. So
So
that
that would
rounds us out
mean
on
that
on
would
that
mean
one.
my picks for this is going to be Hawks versus Rams and Bills versus Patriots for next week. That's what I'm predicting.
Okay.
And you are saying Niners Bears and Patriots Broncos.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes, sir.
We will get
That
some
brings
sort of
us.
combination of those things.
It will. We'll see what happens. You beat me this past week on the other one though. Both actually. So we'll see. So far they got to listen to you come playoff. But just to round it out, I'm taking the Niners at 4. You know, can't go against them, but I'll take the lowest pick. And Kenny's having a tough time with the New England Houston game, so he's
Yeah.
taking New England, but he's taking them with only 4.
Yep. Yep.
And just to do our numbers on those 4, we're pretty much going against each other on every single one except the New England.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
Okay.
I knew that was going to happen pretty well. As I was making my picks, I'm like, he's going opposite of all this. I know that. No bearing on my picks, though. My picks are my picks.
For sure. So the next thing I want to go into before we close out the show today, we're doing another pool that's a little more interesting than just the Yahoo confidence. It's still confidence, but in this pool that my guys are still doing, they did things a little different. They had all 14 teams in there. I had Kenny get in there at the last minute. But it still was very interesting. It didn't matter. Kenny still beat me by 59 to 56, slightly. I think I'll catch him this week, though, hopefully.
Probably.
um, but what happened is they give you all 14 teams in the playoffs, even the bye weeks, Seattle and Denver, and you're supposed to put down how you feel confidence-wise, and that is the number that you keep all the way through onto the Super Bowl, including the Super Bowl, where you're supposed to pick a tiebreaker.
I'm just realizing I messed that all up. I have the Broncos way higher than the Hawks. What did I do there? I have the Broncos second, and I have them losing. I don't know why I did that. I messed that up. So there you go. I hope you're right.
I mean, I guess true. I mean, I see. Maybe you did that because you know that Seattle's probably gonna. No, they're both playing the same. Yeah, they're both playing the same number of games. Yeah, that's true. Huh. Okay,
Man, I messed that up somehow.
for sure. So with our highest number here is 14. At 14, I took the New England Patriots. Kenny, what did you take at 14?
I took the Rams, and both of those are still alive for us.
Same. That brings us to 13. I took Denver.
Well, apparently, so did I, and I'm just now realizing
All
that.
right. And they were on a bye, so they're
That,
still alive, of
that was a
course.
genuine mistake.
And then at 12, I took the Bears and Benny. Kenny, you're number 12.
Interesting. My number 12, I took the Niners, so I messed up there also. Don't like that as much now. I feel like I felt a lot better about them before I watched this weekend, I think. And I probably the same with the Broncos, to be honest. I probably had a different trajectory when I did the bracket thing you were talking about. I think the bracket was kind of a mistake for me, but yeah. So I took the Niners, which is bad.
They're still alive. They're still alive, though, and I hear what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
My number 11, and this one was pretty bad on my end, but I mean, you can't blame me. It's the defending champs. I took the Philadelphia Eagles at 11. You know, you were going to use one of your double digits with them. I mean, and I'm a 49er guy, but I didn't want to take an 11 on, like Kenny just said, he's beating himself up over a 12, and I'm over here beating myself up for an Eagles 11. At least yours is still alive.
Yeah, still alive, still alive, still alive.
Yeah, you're 11.
My 11 was the Patriots, which are still going.
Okay, it's still double digits. I don't blame you. My 10 is the LA Rams,
Right.
of course. You know, even though I'm going against them this week, even if they win, I still get the double digits. So this is how this works. And this is kind of why I was saying this one's a little more interesting because even when you want to go against yourself, you can still win on paper. You know what I mean? You're number 10, Ken.
Mine was the Bills, still going.
Nice. Yeah, that was a solid one for you. My number nine, is the Houston Texans, and that came up big for me this past Monday. We'll see what happens this weekend.
Yeah.
You're number 9. Ken?
Mine is the Seahawks there. I should have put them higher.
Yeah, that's interesting.
When I first did the little brackety thing you talked about, I feel like I had it going a different way, and I had the Hawks losing, and I'm like, so if the Hawks are off by and lose their first playoff game, they get no points. So if I do it by the bracket thing, I would have had them at like a 1 or 2 or something. And I'm like, well, I'm not stupid enough to do that. So yeah. I raised them quite a bit to like a 9, but I should have went way higher. That's what I'm saying. The bracket idea is not the way to approach this.
I mean, so because my number 8 is piggybacking right off your number 9 there. I took the
Right.
Seahawks at 8.
Right.
And like you were saying, the only reason I did that is because they're not playing 3 games. They got to bye. So you're
Right.
still going to get those 9 points, and you got the 12 from the Niners. So you got 21 points right there, man.
Right. But
So
it's all
that's because
about the
if you,
long game is the problem, though. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. But I mean, the long game, you multiply the number of games. So you're at the end, you're just multiplying. If Seattle wins this week, do you see them winning another game? You know?
I don't want to give away that pick yet, but maybe.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Maybe
mean,
two more
that's the way
games
you
if
were
you know what
thinking
I'm
it.
talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I'm just saying you got to think of it that way because trust me, that's what made this a little more challenging, and that's why the bracket was such a good idea because you get to look at what you're thinking is going to play out and where you want to put your numbers based on that because you really didn't want to just leave double digit numbers sitting on the bye if you
Oh yeah,
couldn't
for
if you
sure,
could.
for sure, for sure, for sure.
I mean,
That
because
does
I put
suck.
a 13 on Denver.
Right,
Those 13 points could have helped me out the first week, but I
right.
guess, yeah. But, and I lost 11 points on Philadelphia, so there you go. I mean, it's crazy, man. Uh, but yeah, my number 8 was Seattle. I piggybacked off Kenny's
Yeah,
9. What's your number 8 again?
that's where I finally had a mistake, and I had the Steelers. And
Oh,
if the Steelers would have won, I would have had this perfected. My bottom six would have been the six that went out. If it would have had if they would have won, I would have absolutely crushed this. It would have been
yeah,
absolutely perfect. But it didn't happen that way. So my 8 was Steelers, and they are gone. But an eight's, in the context of this, not too bad.
yeah. Still got the lead right now, 59. Um, so that brings us to 7. My 7, again, obviously I'm a Niner guy, but my heart told me to play it smart, and I went in the middle, so I put a 7 on them. I got my 7 points this week, and like you said, they're looking pretty worse for wear, but they look that way
Yeah,
all season. We'll see.
yeah,
Either
yeah.
way,
They can
I'm
still win,
multiple.
dude. Can still win easily.
Yeah, that's 7 points that I'll get, and Seattle's 8. So for me, it's still neck and neck. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So for you, it's 12 versus 9, right? You're looking at 12 versus 9 because you have a 12 on San Fran and a 9 on Seattle.
right.
Yeah, see, I didn't want to do that. But yeah, I mean, what a game. I don't know. They've had a heck of a season, but I put them at 7 just to play it safe.
Like I
You're number
said,
7.
dude, there's been plenty of times where a bye coming into the playoffs can hurt a team a hell of a lot more than it helps them. You know what I'm saying? A young Seahawks team like that that's just all speed. When you stop them for 2 weeks, that could hurt more than it helps sometimes. So you never know. We're talking 7. My
Good point.
7 was the Bears, which is still going.
Okay, yeah, you got the Bears at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's funny, dude. That's funny. You have the Bears at 7. And you have the Niners at 12. I have the Bears at 12, and the first San Fran Niners at 7.
There you go. So
That's funny. At 6, I have the Jacksonville London Jags.
right.
You're number 6.
I had the Packers, which went out.
There you go. And then this was my first, no, my second out. Yeah, Philly was my first. Um, yeah, this is where I start looking a little smarter, with my numbers. As much as I love Trevor Lawrence all season, I had to play it safe.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I did with that one. Um, your number 6 was the Pack.
Yes.
Okay, so my number 5 is the Steelers.
Yep.
And for that same reason that, like I was mentioning in our previous show on Yahoo there, uh, uh, you know, Aaron did great with this team, 10-7, helped
Yeah.
Tomlinson get another winning season, but the Houston Astros around, ugh, I'm already baseball ready. You hear me? The Houston Texans, Boomhauer, dangle
Boom,
bangle,
boom, boom.
uh, are ready to go here. They've been on fire, and I had them at a 9, so I put Pittsburgh at 5. And I'm glad I did. This
Yeah.
is where I start looking smart. You're number 5, Ken.
My number 5 was the other side of that, and I was wrong. So I had the Texans at 5. But it's still alive, but it's not a lot of points to be getting.
There you go. And then that brings us to number 4 for me, and that's where I have my situation again, where I went from 2 picks looking smart to not so smart. I took Josh Allen and the Bills at 4.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
tough.
and we'll see what happens this week. He's got a tougher matchup this week. But yeah, that's 4 points. Like you said, still alive, but not as many points. You're number 4, Ken.
Yeah, my number 4 was the Eagles, which is gone.
There you go. That's how you do that. And
Yep.
then number 3. My favorite number 3, of course, I took one of my favorite teams, the Carolina Panthers. And what a heck of a game. What a way to go out. What a season. We all thought Baker would have been in this situation, but, we saw what happened there. And I look smart again with the 3 there. You're number 3, Ken.
My number 3 was the Jags. Didn't like a lot of that, and they went out.
Nice.
Yep.
And then my number 2, and again, looking smart, Green Bay. I picked them at 2 because I just did not like
That's a
the
gutsy
Mika
pick, man. That's a gutsy pick.
Dude, the Mika Parsons project was over. I got tired of betting against the Bears and Jose and Benny. Um, and yeah, Mika Parsons project is over. I did not like what I saw against the Ravens a couple weeks ago, where they let Derrick Henry run all over them. I thought the Bears have enough to beat them at 2. 2 seed. I still can't believe they were 2 seed.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
They definitely are, man. Watching them play, wow. I mean, the last minute, but yeah, you're number 2, Ken.
My number 2 was the Chargers. Never trust the Chargers. And there you go. They went out.
Yeah, segue. Number 1 is the Chargers.
Yep.
I love the Governor, but the Chargers, man. Oh, rough. Herbert not 100%, I don't think.
Yeah.
Damian Hampton not doing his thing, I guess. I don't know.
And my number 1 was the Panthers. I had them at the bottom. Least trusted team.
Okay. And then if they have us doing this, like I said, all the way through until the Super Bowl with the tiebreaker at the Super Bowl. I took Kenny's 30. So what did you take, Ken?
It won't really matter. So I don't know. 31.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, no, I took a 30 because you've been saying it all season. So I said, you know what? It'd be funny if Kenny's 30 came in and helped me win this thing
I'll take
for once.
50.
Yeah.
I'll take
Well, yeah,
50.
no, you're right. If Houston makes it, it might be 50, right?
I'll take 50. I'll write down 50.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was another great show. I want to thank you for joining us again and the Against Us podcast, NFL edition, confidence picks
Yeah.
for divisional playoffs. Enjoy the games this weekend.
Saturday and Sunday only, guys. That's it. And I think the Sunday one's even an hour earlier, which is nice. We can all get to bed early. So good stuff.
For your host there, Raging Cajun Ken, I've been your co-host, Sweet Lou. See you now.
Later, guys.